Severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus 2 or SARS-CoV-2, is the virus behind a worldwide outbreak of the COVID-19 disease. One of the key biological characteristics of SARS-CoV-2 as well as several other viruses is the presence of spike protein that allow these viruses to penetrate host cells and cause infection. In this video, we are going to know about the spike protein. So before knowing about it, let's know what is the structure of the coronavirus. So coronavirus, like the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome MERS-CoV, which had infected almost 2,500 individuals by the end of 2019, as well as the novel severe acute respiratory syndrome SARS-CoV-2, are enveloped and spherical viruses that typically measure between 80 to 120 nanometers in size. The RNA genome of coronavirus, which at a median length of 29 kb is the longest among all RNA viruses, is comprised of 6 to 10 open reading frames ORFs that are responsible for encoding both the replicase and structural proteins for the virus. Each of the components of the viral genome is packaged into a helical nucleoplast that is surrounded by a lipid bilayer. The viral envelope of coronavirus is typically made up of three proteins that include the membrane protein M, the envelope protein E, and the spike protein S. In this video, we are only going to talk about spike protein. So, let's first know about the spike protein functions. The S protein is a highly glycosylated and large type transmembrane fusion protein that is made up of 1160 to 1400 amino acids depending upon the type of a virus. As compared to the M and E proteins that are primarily involved in virus assembly, the S protein plays a crucial role in penetrating host cells and initiating infection. Notably, the presence of S proteins on the coronavirus is what gives rise to spike-shaped protrusions found on their surface. S proteins of coronavirus can be divided into two important functional subunits, which include the N-terminal S1 subunit, which forms the globular head of the S protein, and the C-terminal S2 region that forms the stalk of the protein and is directly embedded into the viral envelope. Upon interaction with the potential host cell, the S1 subunit will recognize and bind to receptors on the host cell, whereas the S2 subunit, which is the most conserved component of the S protein, will be responsible for fusing the envelope of the virus with the host cell membrane. Now, let's know about how S protein allows coronavirus to enter cells. Once the S1 subunit binds to host cell receptors, two major conformational changes must occur for the S2 subunit to complete the fusion of the virus to the cell membrane. The two components of the S2 subunit that are involved in the coronavirus fusion include heptaped repeat HR regions 1 and 2, otherwise referred to as HR1 and HR2. The first conformation, otherwise referred to as pre-hairpin, involves the transformation of an unstructured linker within the S2 subunit to become helical. The second conformational change to occur involves the inversion of this subunit's C helix to the coil, resulting in the formation of a 6-helix bundle. Once these conformations are completed, the fusion peptide is anchored to the membrane of the host cell to allow the virus to move closer towards the cell membrane and eventually deliver the nucleoplast to the target cell.